here, the Creative Minimalist. www.thecreativeminimalist.com. Do I look happy? Do I look content? This week has been. It's gone from meh to bleh to more coffee needed. Oh dear. Oh, where do I start? It started off really well. Had plenty of good stuff going on, and was getting through things. And there's a meaning to this madness. Hold on there. I will get to the point. It started off really well, going really good. Lots and lots of positive things going on. And I'll show you in the bullet journal in a little while. And then from sort of Wednesday onwards, things just sort of not really fell apart, but there was things cropped up, things needed doing. I generally lost track of where things were. I did my new moon intentions ritual, which is really good and really positive, and then since then it hasn't sort of worked up. So here I am at the end of the week doing my weekly review, and I had a question from Leslie. So thank you, Leslie, for the question. It's really, really interesting to hear that. Sort of what exactly is a weekly review, and what do I do in my weekly review, and what should anyone do in their weekly review? I'm always going on about weekly reviews, but what do I actually mean? I don't mean review how many cups of coffee I've had, although you can do that if you want. I'm rambling, I'll just put that coffee down. So what exactly is a weekly review? Let me start by saying most of my planning and time management and all that sort of general gobbledygook comes from a guy called David Allen, who introduced a concept called getting things done. Now this was a really big deal in the tech world, in the software industry, and in a lot of management circles. And David Allen's getting things done, and by the powers of editing and wonderful things, there should be an image or a link somewhere coming up for his book. His getting things done is very much sort of what shapes my thinking on things, and you have to read the book. It's really good, but basically it's a 3-step process. Let's see how many steps it is. I think it's 3. Let's see if it is 3. Basically, step 1 is to get everything out of your head. These are the things that I hold dear from it anyway. Get everything out of your head, which is putting everything from here that you can think of and that's lying around, anything that uses any of your mental energy, subconscious thought or anything, get it out of your head and into a list. So you've got everything in a list to do. Now those lists, everything on the list can either be a project, it can be anything at all. But if it's a project is something that takes more than one action to complete. So get ready for work would be a project, because you have to wake up, you have to wash, you have to have breakfast, you have to get dressed, and you have to have coffee. So each of those steps is a next action which you can tick off on a list. That's the very basics, and you wouldn't really record that. But so you've got a list with actions on. So you've got lots of action. And then what you keep doing is you keep reviewing those lists, and that's what where the weekly review comes in. Now David Allen will suggest in the book, I'm quite sure if I remember correctly, he suggests daily reviews, weekly reviews, monthly reviews, quarterly reviews, yearly reviews, all these things where you look at your lists and you look at varying different things. So a daily review, what have I done today? What do I need to do tomorrow? Weekly review, what have I done this week? And what do I need to do next week? Right, that's David Allen's getting things done. Now, how do we turn that into bullet journaling, which is currently what I'm doing? So, it's time for me to say goodbye here, and we'll go and have a look at my bullet journal and see what we can come up with there. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, here we are back again at weekly review time. This is the end. The following program contains scenes of a stationary nature. Yes, I do believe I have been stationary almost this week. Now, let me show you. Look, these are my main projects. This is where I return to each review time. I go through these main projects and see where I am in each of them, and from these create next actions or action points that I place into my days. Now, as we can see, the week started off well. Plenty of stuff being done. Just covered those up there, personal-ish things. Started off really well, and then Wednesday sort of tended to fall apart, and I fell apart on Thursday. I did a few things, and Friday, look, nothing's crossed off on there. And this is really where the weekly review comes in. Now, when it comes to bullet journaling and a weekly review, it all ties into what is commonly termed as task migration. This is not bullet journaling done properly, what I'm doing here, because I do a weekly plan. That is not really bullet journaling. Bullet journaling is rapid capture, which is like David Allen's pulling out of your head lists, and then tasks for each day. You put down each day. You've got a monthly list of things that you want to do. You've got a future log of things that need to get done in the next 6 months, which are sort of project type things and projects for the month, and then you go day by day putting stuff in. What I'm doing is not really bullet journaling, and it's probably why, to be honest, it's not quite working for me at present. But I will see. But here's let me show you. For instance, on a weekly review, you review everything that's on your list, a task migration type thing. So, draft and share Planarchy trackers freebie. I've got a freebie coming on Planarchy, on the main website. There's a freebie on its way. Haven't done that yet, so I need to move that somewhere. Stop overthinking things. I can't do that. I always overthink things. It's just not good. Post for Maven Thanksgiving second harvest time. I did that, but look, I haven't marked it off. So that partly what the weekly review is about going over what's happened, things that have been done, and I need to cross off a whole lot of things there and go back. So my weekly review goes back a whole week to my previous weekly review, where I list everything. So that's what my weekly review is or should be. Now, there is no right or wrong thing that you can put into a weekly review or do in a weekly review, or that you should be tracking in a weekly review. It all depends on what is important for you. And that's what I mean, that's sort of really what the ethos of Planarchy and Planarchism is. It's planning your way, what works for you. So when it comes to your weekly review, it's a question of what you need to track. You might be wanting to track things like your weight. All those sorts of things can be tracked in a weekly review. What's your weight, how much water you've had, what your meals were, all those, and a lot of bullet journals are very much sort of built around that sort of tracking thing, listing up and tallying things and seeing what they can do. And when you get to a weekly review time, that's the ideal moment to look at things. But to be honest, really, for me, a weekly review is to go back over the week, look at what I wanted to do, and have I done it? Then go back to my monthly review, my monthly list. What do I want to do this month? What have I done so far this week towards that month thing? And then also the future log thing. So there's my monthly list of what I wanted to do. I don't know if I have done that, and I've got my future log way over here, which I refer to. So those are the things for me. My weekly review is all about keeping on top of my projects and goals. That might not be good for you. All depends on what you need to do and what you want to review. So I hope that's been helpful, and I need to catch up on a few things. This is Darren, the Creative Minimalist, www.thecreativeminimalist.com, signing off, and I might just rest today, to be honest. I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves. Bye.